Seoul has just launched the Climate Card Tourist Pass that gives you access to unlimited rides on all forms of public transportation from just $2 a day. It promises to be an absolute game changer. We need to talk about it, as the cost of a one-way subway ticket in Seoul starts from $1, making this an incredibly budget-friendly option to consider for your upcoming trip to Seoul. Additionally, you might already be doing your travel research and have come across the TMoney Pass, aka the main travel pass in Korea, and are wondering what are the differences and which one should I get. You would have also already come across other tourist travel pass options such as the MPass, Discover Seoul Pass, WOWPass, Namane, and oh my god, by this stage, your confusion is probably at 100. Not to worry, that's exactly why I decided to do this video. I'm gonna start off by giving you a lowdown on what this Climate Card Tourist Pass is, which includes topics such as other benefits of the card, how much and where you can get it. But while the Climate Card is an absolute breakthrough, there is still a place for the other Korea travel passes. Which is why in the latter part of the video, I am going to be covering some different situations where choosing another Korea travel pass might still be a better option for you. Additionally, using a combination of these travel passes could also be the way for you to go in order for you to not only maximize your transportation cost savings, but also for you to make the most out of your trip in South Korea. It is my personal goal that this video will save you many hours of research and help you decide on the best travel pass or travel pass combination for your upcoming trip to Seoul, South Korea. By the way, I'm Steve from the Fat Life Project, and I love creating fat travel guides just like this one that helps you plan your travels to cities around the world more efficiently. If this is sounding like it's something that is of value to you, I strongly suggest smashing that subscribe button and joining my still small but intimate fat family. With that out of the way, let's get straight into it. Let's start with the superstar of the show. What exactly is a Climate Card Tourist Pass? Well, the pass that has just become available on the 1st of July 2024 gives you unlimited access to the Seoul's public transportation network. The pass comes in 1, 2, 3, and 5-day options according to most of the press articles I read. However, I did also notice that there is a 7-day pass option on the Seoul Metropolitan government official website. What makes this Climate Card an absolute game changer though is the price. As you can see here, the 1-day pass starts from just 5,000 Korean won or around 370 US, and it goes all the way up to 20,000 Korean won for a 7-day pass, which works out to be around 1450 US. Hey guys, Editing Steve here, jumping in real quick as I just learned today that you would need to pay 3,000 won to buy the card. As this card is still fairly new to the scene, there is currently no available info on whether or not you can get this 3,000 won refunded at the end of your trip or whether or not you can reuse the card. However, rest assured that I'm keeping an eye out for this information, and the very moment that the information is available, I will let you guys know by putting a pinned comment in the comment section. Okay, with that done and dusted, back to the video we go. And just to give you an idea on exactly how good of a deal this actually is, the price of a one-way subway ticket in Korea starts from 1,500 won, which means that the cost of taking 4 or more subway rides a day would already exceed the cost of even their one-day subway pass. But that's not all. Holders of this Climate Card Tourist Pass would also get discounted access to cultural and performance facilities in Seoul, such as, for example, 50% off admission fees to the Seoul Science Center and the Seoul Grand Park. You can get this Climate Card Tourist Pass at the following locations: the Seoul Tourism Plaza Information Center, the Myeongdong Tourist Information Center, Customer Safety Centers at the subway stations on lines 1 to 8, and also at convenience stores located close to the subway stations. Okay, you get it. The Climate Card is amazing. But there are still some other situations where using another Korea travel pass might still be a better option. So let's now talk about how this Climate Card compares to the other Korea travel pass options out there, such as the TMoney, Namane, WOWPass, MPass, and Discover Seoul Pass. Let's get the easiest one out of the way, and that is the Climate Card absolutely kicks the MPasses. You know what? I mean, if you look at the pricings for their 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7-day passes, you can see that the Climate Card is a fraction of the cost of the Metropolitan Pass. So no question about it, if you were thinking of getting the Metropolitan Pass, throw that idea away and get the Climate Card instead. As for the rest of the travel pass options, it would really come down to what you're planning to do when you're in Seoul. For example, if you plan on checking out a lot of the tourist attraction spots, it might be better for you to get a Discover Seoul Pass instead. It is designed for short-term visitors to get the absolute most out of their visit, as these passes cover not only transportation costs, including your bus or train to and from the airport, but also access ticket costs to over 70 top tourist attraction spots in Seoul, as you can see here on their official website. There are 3 options, the 2, 3, or 5-day passes that start from 70,000 Korean won all the way up to 130,000 Korean won, as you can see here. Yes, it is quite a bit more expensive in comparison to the Climate Card, but remember that the Climate Card doesn't include the admission ticket prices to the attraction spots listed under the Discover Seoul Pass. And so you would actually end up saving money if you were planning on doing all the tourist attraction spots covered under the Discover Seoul Pass anyway. Think of the Discover Seoul Pass as basically the Climate Card plus the admission tickets to all the attraction spots that you want to go to. But let's say checking out tourist attraction spots are not really your thing, and instead you plan on doing a lot of shopping and eating. That probably means that you're on the market for a local cash card / credit card, so that you, 1, don't have to incur overseas credit card charges, and 2, don't have to carry so much Korean won cash around. In that case, you may want to consider a WOWPass or a Namane card. The WOWPass will allow you to exchange money from your local currency into Korean won, either via the app or at these kiosk machines located at basically any subway station. The WOWPass also has a TMoney component to it that you can top up using Korean won cash and use it to ride public transportation. Additionally, using the WOWPass would also give you access to discounts and cashback rewards, as you can see via the app here. Cost-wise, it is slightly more expensive than the Climate Card at 5,000 Korean won, though you can get it for 4,000 Korean won if you reserve it via the website prior to your arrival. Though bear in mind that this only covers the cost of the card, you would still need to top it up before using it. The Namane card is for all intents and purposes exactly the same like a WOWPass. The only notable difference is that you can customize the card's design, as you can see here, which makes it a nice souvenir to bring back at the end of your trip. But the actual notable difference between a WOWPass or TMoney card in comparison to a Climate Card is that the former can actually be used throughout South Korea, whereas the Climate Card is exclusively for use in Seoul only. Which is why I think there is still a place for the TMoney Pass if you do not need a card with local credit card capabilities like a WOWPass or Namane. A TMoney Pass would also offer you more flexibility in terms of your trip requirements. Allow me to explain. Let's say you plan on staying in Seoul for 10 days. If the Climate Cards were your only option, you would then need to purchase a 7-day Climate Card, followed then with a 3-day Climate Card to cover the 10 days, which would then cost you around 30,000 Korean won. But let's say you've already had a look at your public transportation requirements and have determined that you simply will not be using 30,000 Korean won worth in public transport. Well then, it might just be easier for you to load up a TMoney Pass and pay as you go. After all, the pass would only cost you 3,000 Korean won to get, and you can actually get that 3,000 Korean won back at the end of your trip. In fact, with proper planning, you can even save more money by using a combination of these travel passes. Like combining a TMoney Pass with a Climate Card or a Climate Card with a Discover Seoul Pass. For example, let's say you plan on staying in Seoul for 3 days before heading off to Busan for 2 days, coming back to Seoul for a day before heading out. In this particular example, getting a 3-day climate card to cover your duration in Seoul before loading up a TMoney Pass to use in Busan and on your final day out could actually work out to be a more economical solution for you. Or perhaps during the 3 days that you're in Seoul, you plan on doing a lot of sightseeing. Well then, it might actually be better for you to get a 3-day Discover Seoul pass and then get a TMoney Pass to cover the rest. You get where I'm going with this. And so long story short, there is no one size fits all when it comes to Korea travel passes. It just really depends on what you want to do. Planning a trip to a country you've never been to before that speaks a language that you don't speak can be quite stressful. Trust me, I get it. That's why I have previously done a video detailing all the things you need to know as a first-time visitor to South Korea. I have linked that video at the end of this video so that you can go ahead and watch that next. I do hope that you found this video helpful, informative, and perhaps just a little bit entertaining. If it is any one of the three or all of the three, don't forget to give me a like or subscribe. It really does help appease the YouTube algorithm gods, but more importantly, it just makes my day as a content creator. Speaking of making my day, don't forget to leave a comment, or if you have more questions or have something to say, as I do love hearing from you. As always, I hope that you have a fantastic day ahead of you, or that you've already had a good day. I will see you very soon in the next video. Ciao!